we've reached the skyline. I've still got a lot of neatening up to do, but I just wanted to push through before the batteries went flat and yeah, show you the view. So there it is. Good morning, Dale here from D&M again. Hope you're liking these videos. Hey, this is day 5 on this project. Saturday morning, it's a little bit gloomy looking, nice cool breeze, about 18 degrees I think. Predicted rain again for the next probably 6 days I think, but only small amounts, so hopefully the weather bureau is right and I can continue on. I've got another, after today I've got the balance of another 5 days potentially. I'll be here for up to 10 days if the client needs. Anyway, today is road building still. So I kicked off and just tidied up a little bit because it was late yesterday afternoon and I wanted to get home. And I'll show you what we're up to. Turn this around. So today we are, drop some rubbish here, better pick that up. Today, D&M Services, which is me, doing some road. I've just roughing this out at the moment. There was a huge tree root in there from this big tree. I had to get the root out of the way, straight across the road. You can see it's pretty sizable there. Building a bit of a berm up there to stop water and divert water. There's another one already up there. Oh, there's our friendly little kookaburra back again. He's already had a nice big fat worm this morning. He's looking for some more. Yeah, a bit of a berm already built there from rocks. Got another one here I'm starting, finish off. Another one a bit further down. This is the downhill run that I cut yesterday. A bit of water diversion in here. And water diversion over the other side there. Fill this little island up here. But yeah, it's an ongoing project. I've already set up water diversion down here. Just need to add a few more rocks into it as I go. Yeah, and there's my downhill run there. I cut the drain yesterday that I showed everybody. But yeah, it's pretty steep. But that's, today is going to be all about getting this road or track, it's not really a road, track completed, and tidy up all the water diversion that I've started. And that should see me out for the day, and then tomorrow we'll be cleaning up, either finishing off cleaning up in here. Turn the camera off, stop recording. So tomorrow is potentially cleaning up in here or cleaning up further up the hill where there was so many rocks. I'll put my stick rake on and I'll clean up in there so that I can actually continue mulching, stack up some rocks, and there's some bigger trees that are down in there, and then hopefully get through to daylight out into the to where the view is, so I can show you all the view, because yeah, it's very thick up there, and yeah, lots and lots of rock and very uncomfortable going, but I'll get there. Day 5 underway. I'll add progress videos as I go throughout the day. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. See you later. So a couple of days ago, well actually more than a couple of days ago, it was day 1 of this project, and this is day 5, so yeah, 4 days ago. I was up in this area here, which I'm going to show you in a sec, and I was mulching it. I couldn't get back up here on day 2 because it was the access into the place was too steep. Plus it was incredibly rocky, and had this big fallen trees in here and all sorts of weird things. I'm going to give you a look at what I did. I've already been in here. I've got the 600ml rock bucket on, and I'm using the rock bucket and the thumb. And there's a pile of rocks there. I started clearing them up, and I'm putting them around the bases of the trees. That's pretty much the norm. And then, yeah, that tree already had a bunch around it, but you can see like the size of some of these rocks. There's my foot, and there's bigger ones. I've just picked these up from around the paddock. So basically from where the green grass, you know, the mowed grass that the neighbour does over here, from there up I did a bit of a video on for day 1. But yeah, the grass was 2 meters tall and better. But there's a rock in, look at that rock in there. I actually moved this rock with the dozer blade the other day. That's a big one. And then yeah, up in here there's just so many rocks on the ground. In the ground, they're probably like icebergs. But then there's a huge pile in here. look at these things. And I was hitting them. But look at this lot. That's just a big pile all the way. So I'm going to go in and like Lantana, sorry, I've got to say one word, Lantana. I'm going to take that out with the bucket and put it in a pile and mulch it up, and there's another big heap of it there. And I'm just going to work my way around with the bucket on so that I don't smash up my teeth. I actually fully broke a tooth the other day. And there's a dead tree there I got to take down. And there's a fallen tree just in there that I've got to pick up. It went through the neighbour's fence in a storm we had a while back. Anyway, that's going to, thought I'd turn the camera off then, or phone it is, phone camera, does everything. Yeah, so that is, that's me for the rest of the afternoon. That's how I pick up rocks anyway. Didn't even get my hands dirty. Yeah, I just stack them around bases of trees. I'll wallop the tree branch before. With the luckily I didn't hit any hose. It was the knuckle, the power knuckle out on the end of the stick. Anyway, I'm going to set you up here so you can, if you're interested, you can pick up all this crud. Day 6 on this project, and guess what? Last night it rained, just for something different. It was only like a millimetre of rain forecasted, but we had a dumping last night, and this area here copped it as well. Anyway, lovely morning this morning. The sun's coming out. There's thin patchy clouds, supposed to be lovely blue sky for a few days now forward. And looking forward, I mean. What was it, 18 degrees when I woke up. Lovely May's gorgeous here in Mackay, or Mackay, whatever you want to call it, however rolls off your tongue. Yeah, May, September, best months of the year. Anyway, I'm back up at this property near Farley, and it took me a while to climb up here this morning because it was wet, but I got in, and I was working here on the end of day 5. I got back up here after I finished the road, and I decided to clean up all the rocks in here because whether I come back to mow it with the mulcher or someone else comes back in, they're going to smash up their gear. So I'm going to clean up the rocks, just putting them around bases of trees, and there's a big pile here that I will tidy up with a stick rake. Yeah, the stick rake's over there in the ground beside the machine at the moment, but I'll rake them all up into a pile, just so that they're in selected areas. I dragged that big tree stump up the hill. It's crashed through the neighbour's fence during a storm. He's cut it off and thrown all the bits and pieces up in the yard. I've got to rake it all up, but I was doing it with a 600mm wide bucket, but I'm going to use the stick rake and tidy it up. Piles of green waste here, I just got them out of the way so I could find the rocks, so I'll mulch them down. There's piles of green waste I've been putting in, all like vines and things like that. One, two, three, or sorry, two. Looks like three. Two dead trees there. Quite large. That's the same as what this thing was. It's the one that went crashing through the neighbour's fence. So I'll have to try and get them down. So I'll wait till I clear all the vegetation down on the ground before I drop them. And then we're getting close to the skyline. Got a lot of viney material up in that tree there. There's Lantana straight ahead, and potentially more rocks. Lantana up in here. But this morning I've already started moving a few rocks around, and then I thought I'd better get the video going. So this will be my area for today, working for today. And there'll be a bit of firewood here for the landowner. I might even grab a couple of chunks myself, because it's getting cool enough to get the fire going in the backyard again. Anyway, day 6 is started, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Here's hoping. Alright, I'll keep you updated during the day. push through before the batteries went flat, and yeah, show you the view. So there it is. Change the mode, or the zoom mode, whatever you want to call it, eventually. There you go. So there's the view they're going to have if they build a house out here or build something multi-story. Not bad. Can't see the water today, but you can see Mackay City. And the hills to the west. The ocean's more that way. Anyway, that's it. I'll stop recording for now and get in and neaten all this up.